Hey guys, what's going on? And welcome to another video. Finally, in this review series, we have raids. So the background footage, I have a slight fix for or a temporary fix for the screen tearing, so hopefully we don't get anything in this video. But other than that, if you've enjoyed these videos, I'm going to say it now. Comment, subscribe, all that's good stuff. I want to hear what you guys are saying, and I enjoy the conversation. So let's get into the raid and talk about it. I think Castle Nathria, from a purely lore, story, and gameplay perspective, has been fantastic. I've really enjoyed every minute of being in the raid. There's enough variation between the bosses. You've got things like Shriekwing and Sludge Fist for pure single target fights. You've got Sun King Council of Blood for AoE. You have Stone Legion Generals, again, another kind of weird, cleavy, bursty AoE fight. You've got Hunger and Destroyer, again, another single target. And the tactics as well, they've been very nice to play. I've really, really enjoyed playing the raid. From a gameplay perspective and from a balance perspective, from what I've heard, and I've only seen kind of a few bosses on Mythic from friends playing it, and I obviously watched the World First race. That was interesting. The gear and the difficulty step-ups are quite extreme. You get Shriekwing, which is an almost a joke mythic boss. You get Huntsman, which is difficult but doable by most guilds. You then get into Hunger and Destroyer, and it's your first real roadblock. Everything else then up to Sludge Fist is doable. They're difficult. There are some easier and harder bosses, but everything up to Sludge Fist is fine. And then you get to Sludge Fist, of which guilds can tend to then really struggle. But it's really fun. It seems very well balanced, and I've enjoyed it. There hasn't been too many bugs with it, other than Stone Legion Generals and the Convoke bug on Unnerva Mythic that Blizzard should still fix. Because Convoke is the greatest spell, and there's nothing wrong with it. But yeah, I think the gameplay and things like that have been fantastic. Once again, I'm going to talk about gear, and I'm going to do a full video just talking about gear, if people are interested, because I think it's the biggest thing that people are really annoyed at the moment. So I'll get into it in another video more so, but just to kind of TLDR it here, I think the gear is an issue. You get, from a normal raid, you get 200 and 207. From a heroic raid, you're getting 213 and 220. 213 is better than Mythic Plus. 220 is so much better than Mythic Plus, it's crazy. And I like the way they've done that gear step up, to be honest. I think the biggest thing with gear in the raid is there's just not enough dropping. I think if you added... So we run with a 30-man raid, and there still only feels like there's only ever like 3, maybe 4 pieces that drop. And when you get a boss like Shriekwing, where everybody in the raid gets the same cloak that nobody needs after the second week, because the first week everyone traded it to each other. My druid has got loot off Sludge Fist for 3 weeks in a row on heroic, and I've traded it all 3 weeks. There's just nothing that boss can drop me that would be an upgrade. So yeah, I think there's some interesting things with gear at the moment. I think they've got it right in raids. They just need to increase it a little bit, their frequency. Let me know what you think about that. Maybe I'm talking nonsense, but I feel like that's the best response that Blizz could do. For the next tier. They have just increased the anima drops from bosses and Mythic Plus, which is nice, but it doesn't really help us with gear, unfortunately. So in terms of the raid, I'm honestly going to say it's a 7 out of 10. I think it's a good enough raid. I don't think it's one that we'll be talking about in 2 or 3 years. People still talk about Older ICC, things like that, and a lot of that is nostalgia and kind of rose-tinted goggles, but I don't think we'll have that with this raid. I just think it's a solid raid. I think for a first raid of an expansion, it's done everything it needed to do, and I've really enjoyed it. Like I said, I think the gear is the biggest issue. I think the difficulty increases between the different bosses has been fantastic. I play in quite a casual guild, and we've progressed through heroic at a really, really steady, good rate, and we've been able to repeat it. There's no bosses that we're kind of just dumb luck through. We've had to do mechanics, and we've had to do them well, and we have. Obviously, Sludge Fist was, again, it's more of a DPS check, and it's always nice to see that in a dungeon, something that isn't just do all the mechanics and get the loot. It's do all the mechanics and kill the boss. Killing the boss becomes an important part of that fight, which is nice. Yeah, so I'm actually going to leave this as a really short video. There's not really much else I can say. I think the raid has been really well done, and there's not much else that I can really comment about. So, guys, if you have any agreements or disagreements with me, please leave them in the comment, and we'll talk about them in the comment section. Thank you for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Goodbye, guys.